Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my week 10 pregnancy update and we have a lot of stuff to go over, so I'm going to get started. And first and foremost, I went to see the doctor last Thursday, and so I'm going to start out with that. I did get an ultrasound of my baby, so I'm going to start out with the picture of the ultrasound. So here is the fetus, and the doctor says that everything looks fine, and you can see his like hands and feet, like his limbs, his head, everything measured good. He measured about 10 weeks or so, which is where I'm at. And so I was very happy to hear that. And on top of that, they made me took a urine test, obviously, and blood test. I think they took about 7 vials of blood for different things that they need to test the baby and me for, and I don't really know what they all are, but I just know that I had to get my blood drawn. It wasn't too bad because the nurse was really nice and she was good at it, so she didn't have to poke me a few times because my veins very small. Sometimes they do end up poking me in like both arms and stuff, but she was pretty good. I told her that, and she looked at both arms and she picked one, and it was successful the first time. So it wasn't too bad, and it didn't really hurt afterwards, so she did a good job. So that was that, and then I am scheduled to see the doctor again next week, so I will update again after that visit. Let's see what else. So in terms of symptoms, it's still vomiting pretty much. I am kind of vomiting more at night now. Not every night, but I noticed if I had to work, then I would vomit at work, because I think if I had stress, it kind of makes me vomit at night. And then if I had a busy day, I vomit at night. If I'm home, then I tend to not vomit in the evening. Uh, but of course, I have to vomit in the morning 2 times, in the afternoon 2 times minimum, sometimes 3, and once at least at night. But no, once at night is not every night. So let's put it that way. So it's not really getting any better. I think I'm probably in the prime time of this nausea vomiting situation. So I'm hoping, well, the doctor said about like week 14, 15 you should go away. I'm hoping but week 12, but I think I'm gonna have like 2 more weeks of this at least, and hopefully it will subside a little bit, because it's just inconvenient that you always constantly have to vomit every time you eat. And um it's not so much I hate it, because I'm already pretty much used to it. It's just that it it's hard for me to go places because I have to vomit first before I go. Otherwise, I don't want to be vomiting on the street, if that makes sense. So like, it's just very inconvenient. Of course, it's not comfortable, but I don't even care about that anymore. That it doesn't feel good, it's uncomfortable and stuff. I just don't like that it disrupts my life. That's all. And in terms of sleep, well, for the past few days, it's kind of been stressful. There's a few things going on in my family, so I haven't been sleeping too well. And I notice I tend to wake up around like the middle of the night, like 1 or 3 or something, to pee. And some nights I'm able to fall back to sleep right away. Some nights I'm not able to fall back to sleep right away. So it kind of varies, but I almost have to pee every night. So I think the baby's growing. He is the size of a kumquat. Like, I mean, you may not know what that is. It's like some kind of a small citrus-looking fruit. He should measure about 1 1/4 inch or something like that. So, I mean, from here on out, or even from last week, I think he is doubling in size every week, is what I hear. So he's growing at a very rapid rate, and I think that is what makes you very ill. But then he's going to continue to grow at a very rapid rate anyways. And and then also, like, I just feel like I'm going to pee more because he's growing so fast. So that's like inevitable. Um but for the most part, I still try to sleep. I try to nap if I have time in the afternoon, and then I, try to get as much rest as I can. And in terms of being lethargic, I was pretty tired last week. One night I slept, throughout the whole night, like maybe 10, 11 hours, but that day I still felt tired. So it's kind of like it doesn't even matter how much you sleep. you're gonna feel tired, I feel. And um but then this weekend I seem to have a little bit more energy, or maybe I was just busy, so I don't know, I'm definitely not like super energetic, but I try to manage, I do notice that I can't do too much at once. Like I can't rush myself. Like if I need to get somewhere, like I need to leave the house, or I need to, if I feel rushed, it's not good for me. It just makes me kind of feel sick, and I really can't rush. Like I just can't do it. I have to just kind of go at my pace. If that makes any sense, just my body just doesn't allow me to move at a fast rate, because even if I try, I can't. And a lot of the times it makes me kind of want to vomit. So I think stress is what it is. Like stress causes that too. So I try to like stay calm as much as possible, and stay in a good mood. I think it's good for the health of the baby. Um, in terms of appetite, I have been like craving more food, especially more like protein, I think. More like yogurt, which I started eating this week, which I haven't really eaten for like 2 months, I want to say. Before I was pregnant, I liked yogurt, but then after I got pregnant, I just couldn't even stand the sight of yogurt, so I didn't eat yogurt. But then this week, I really wanted yogurt, so I tried it, and then it tasted really good. So I eat a little bit every night, And meat. I do crave more meat than before. I remember like a couple weeks ago I hated meat. I just only really want vegetable, a little bit of meat. But now I crave meat. There was one night I wanted chicken wings. It was like 9 p.m. and then my husband went out to get me chicken wings, and I thought that tasted really good. Like I'm having meat cravings. And then beef. I do want beef a little bit here and there, but not a whole lot. But I do want it. Like I would want a burger sometimes and stuff like this. So like I remember beef was something I really didn't like at all before. Like I mean like a couple weeks ago, not before I got pregnant, I liked beef, but I just remember in terms of protein, I was able to eat a little bit of pork and a little bit of chicken here and there. But then I really didn't ever want beef. But now I kind of want beef, so that's a good sign, I think. And like I said, I wanted chicken wings and stuff like that. So I kind of do want protein. And then I also want fish now, like salmon and stuff and cod and stuff. And for a while there, I hated fish because I felt like seafood just had an odor to it, like, or a seafoody smell, and I hated it, or just made me nauseous. So, but you have to know, before I was pregnant, I love, love, love seafood. But ever since I was pregnant, I couldn't stand the fishy smell or something. Like it just made me sick. So I avoided seafood, fish, and shrimp and stuff. But these days I crave it. So I did went to buy salmon and cod, and I do eat it, and I feel like it tastes good. So my taste buds are changing, and I definitely eat more like protein, like I said. So I think the baby needs it, so I'm craving it more. And so aside from that, everything else is pretty okay. No major problems. The doctor said the baby looked fine. So, so far so good, I guess. And I don't really think I have anything else to add to this. And if I can, I'll try to add the bump shot. And I don't really even think my bump grew at all. Like I just didn't even feel like it grew last week, or because I feel like partly because I eat and I throw up every time pretty much. Like I throw up half of the food I eat, so like it's only like, I mean, I do sometimes eat a little bit more because I know I'm gonna throw up, but at the end of the day, it's like you really throw up half the food. So the food I'm eating only able to keep my weight. It's not able to make me gain weight. So I don't really think I gain weight because I weighed it myself, or the doctor weighed me, and then I was like 124. But I had like shoes on, clothes on, and then the nurse, I mean, minus 2 pounds, so she said I was 122. And the funny thing is, like, before I was pregnant, when I was in my parents' house, I weighed myself one time, and I think I was like 124, and that was like 10 weeks ago, so like, or like 8 weeks ago. So like I'm still at the exact same weight, and I was wearing more stuff because I was wearing my shoes and everything. So like, if anything, I probably lost some weight, you know? I mean, the thing is, like, I think before I was pregnant, I should be at 120, like 120. So that time when I weighed myself, I was at 124. I was kind of alarmed. But I think it's partly because I was very bloated and I thought I was getting my period or something like this. Um, and this was before I found I was pregnant, like I said, and I was very bloated and everything. And then that was way before I started vomiting or anything like this. So I think since then I've been vomiting and all these things. So I kind of like, you know, I kind of possibly lost some weight because I don't really know how accurate that 124 was when I took it at my parents' house. But, you know, basically I didn't gain weight. Let's put it that way. Okay. So, um, I think some of that weight at 124 previously was like water retention or just bloating and stuff like this. So it wasn't an accurate weight, right, either. But regardless, I don't really think I gained weight. So I will keep you updated on my weight next time I go in and they're going to weight me again, stuff like that. But everything else was fine, like my blood pressure, everything else was fine. So, and this video is getting really, really long. I was going to make it a short one. So I'm going to cut it off here and I will talk to you guys next time. And I'll try to include the pictures at the end. And I hope you enjoy and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.